Eastern Michigan doing the unthinkable.
Huge potential here.
He gets one, he gets two.
That is beautiful, beautiful front to back right there.
Up 3-1 Eastern. Looking good, feeling good. Life is good.
Hello and welcome. It's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful, absolutely stunning, gorgeous Tuesday night. My name is Menderbug. I'm joined to you by Gary. Gary, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling like I'm excited to watch some Valorant. I don't know about you. It's a good day for some Valorant. It's a little, you say it's a beautiful day. Where we are, it's a little cold, a little snowy, but the perfect time to just stay in, get nice and cozy, and watch some good games. We got, of course, EMU versus Kent State today. An exciting matchup. EMU still undefeated in maps despite the dicey games last week. Went double overtime against Bowling Green, and then had a little comeback last week as well. But we're still undefeated, still looking good, still looking to keep that streak going.
They are looking great. Things are great. You're absolutely right. Nothing like a little bit of Valorant to warm up the household. It's things are getting interesting. Things are getting real interesting because today we've got Eastern Michigan versus Kent State. Now, Kent State,
Oh yeah.
no slouches, 4-2 in matches right now. This will be their 7th match. Next week, the Eastern is facing off against Akron as well, another currently
Akron.
undefeated team.
Yeah, I mean, Kent State, definitely no slouches. They've only lost to Akron and Ball State, the other two in the top 3 alongside EMU. But it's so we could see Kent State maybe try to punch up a little bit. But I mean, next week that match against University of Akron is what we're all looking forward to. The other #1 team tied there at the top. It's very exciting.
Indeed.
As things get later and later into this round robin, it's just getting more and more intense.
Absolutely. I think that for Eastern, things are certainly heating up because on one hand, I would say the improvement is there. It's palpable.
Oh, yeah.
Settling on what compositions they want to be playing, what roles they want to be playing. You know, when we have Lumac and Alexander competing for those duelist spot, who wants to play who where, specifically as it pertains to the Yoru. And at the same time, you're getting tested further and further each week. Like you mentioned, double overtime.
Oh, definitely.
Last Tuesday. But both wins, both securing the wins, but
Oh, yeah.
it was not comfortable at all.
Definitely not. The match against Ohio started a little bit dicier, down 6-0 on that split map, but they came right back. So they're definitely getting tested. And like you're saying, they made the role swap a couple weeks ago that I think in the long term setting them up for a lot of success. Now they're finding their comfort, finding what works for them compositions wise. Like last week we saw them switch off on Breeze from the chamber to the neon to make it a little double duelist action. I think they're definitely finding their footing. Lumac still playing a decent bit of Yoru from the flex position, and Alexander being that spearhead, that deep diver that you need. And then Wolfenite, I mean, the truth on that recon has been holding it down in some clutch moments. It's been very interesting to watch this team develop, and I'm so excited to see as they get tested further and further in this week and next week especially what we're gonna have in store.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's Alexander and Lumac, the two duelists, the two aggro players on the team, forging a path to victory, and behind them a rock solid trio in Wolfenite, one of the finest scans I've ever seen. Redefy and Comfy. This team is solid. They are able to, I think some of the most important roles is like who's going to be playing, if you're going to play this double duelist, which they've recently switched onto, who's going to be playing the Yoru and who's going to be playing the absolute send it in character, be it Neon, be it Waylay, anything like that. And it's been a bit of a toss up. Alexander was playing a lot of Yoru last week, and then switched over to the Neon to
I think it
offer
makes
up
sense.
the space to Lumac.
Lumac being the flex player, the support player, having him play the Yoru, I think makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you'll see other teams will go for their Yoru be like the opper, but having the supportive player, the flashes come in to play when they have that experience, I think it makes a lot of sense to bring them on the support.
Absolutely. We've got our map bans up on the screen right now. Pearl immediately out of there, Haven to follow. Corrode map 1. EMU have played this before, and it was a resounding victory. I'm curious to see if they're going to change things up, or if we're going to see a new composition going in with Lumac on the Yoru. I'm also curious to see what map they've got. A couple, they're undefeated in maps right now. They've got a couple great ones they can pick. They picked Corrode. Sorry, I got that backward. I just completely flip-flopped in my mind. We picked Corrode. Okay, I love it. Picking Bind, one of the maps that went overtime last week. And the macro looked really good for EMU, and I wouldn't be surprised to have things a little bit cleaned up, a little bit tighter, leaving our decider of Abyss after EMU banned Breeze, a map they've been pretty largely successful on in the past, opting into the Abyss.
I have to agree. Interesting. I don't think we've seen Abyss since the role change with Lumac onto the Duelist, so I'm very, very curious to see what that has in store if we get there. But Corrode's gonna be our map number 1. Last time they were rocking the Fade KO sort of variant of the energy comp. I wonder if they're going to stick with that, or we maybe see that Lumac Yoru we've been talking so much about. You know, instead of the KO, you still get to keep the flashes. You get a little more dive, more rotational acceleration. I think it really depends on, I don't know, if they're feeling this more aggressive style, if they want to utilize those cooldowns, utilize the suppress especially. But like when a no Senti meta, maybe you forgo the KO, maybe you bring in the Yoru.
It definitely is similar and should be comfortable enough for Lumac the Yoru to just do a quick swap off of the KO, like you say, for the Yoru, and that would give the composition a lot more.
I mean, he's got the
diving
experience,
power, a lot more aggression. Certainly has the experience, but the KO looked so good. So I personally think they're going to opt over to the Yoru. I believe they want the reps in on that style, on that sort of structure.
Yeah.
So
I think
that's
two duels, they got a lot of synergy in that regard. I think Lumac can definitely benefit from the self-sufficiency that Yoru has compared to KO, coming from that just hot off a ranked, joined the team a couple weeks ago, came in and has been doing the work ever since. So maybe it'll be beneficial. Maybe they'll just stick with the KO. You know what? I can see that too. Great agent,
right, and
led to the of course the world champs winning on this map.
Sure, that's it. It's a hard torch to hold to Ethan, admittedly. But I do think we're going to see the Yoru, because I believe one of the major factors in the role swap, in the agent swap as a whole, was to get Lumac on the operator, on the scoped weapons, which way higher efficacy on the Yoru than the KO.
Oh, certainly.
So that's what I'm anticipating going into this one. KSU choosing defense, opting to start on likely their stronger side. No surprises there.
That's what you expect. Corrode, the only defensive side of map in the pool right now, I think it and Ascent are the only ones like across a large enough sample size that actually swing defensively. Definitely the tighter choke points, the mid being kind of hit or miss when it comes to the attack side. Actually splitting sides isn't necessarily the most powerful, especially where like A, you just kind of take yard the space you're taking anyway. It's the way it plays out doesn't necessarily benefit the attackers. So interesting from Kent to pick that side first. Maybe they want to build the confidence up, get some rounds on the board. But then, you know, from the side of EMU, they just get to be like, it's our weak side. It doesn't, they can go down 4-8, 5-7. Doesn't really matter. It's all a mental game.
I'd be interested to see. I think once we get the comps up, we'll have a much better idea of how the sides should go, just how many we're expecting on attack. I mean, 3 lanes and the cascading points of cover for the defense to fall back to before you eventually get to the site means it's one of the harder ones to infiltrate. That said, it is absolutely the blitzing spear of Alexander and the cleanup crew of Lumac and company that I think are going to be able to crack those sites wide open, get the plant down. One of their weaker points on the split last week, I thought, was they were losing to flood defense, where they would get a couple picks, begin to scale up onto the site, and before long, the team fight would come to them and sort of catch them off guard, something they weren't ready for. They did adjust accordingly and end up winning that map. But I'm wondering if that is something to target. I actually don't think it's that great as a defensive protocol on Corrode, though.
Yeah, not really. You got those
really
pretty long rotate times defensively, unless you have control of mid, because then you can kind of flood in through like A link, B link. But it's tricky. You can't really do it the same way you can on like split. The rotate times through CT are pretty nice, and if you have mid control, even better. It's like basically instant if you have that events control. So that might not come to be a problem. I think oftentimes what you see is just a problem of getting into these sites on Corrode. These sites can get locked down by like a Vice or even a Cypher. And like I was saying,
those agents aren't
those
real.
choke points are really tight. Nowadays,
those
not so much. It's up to the Viper, single snake bite. Got like 13 seconds of smoke up time.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the same stall, doesn't have the same ability to break through, or to deny rather the breaking through from an offensive side. But I think if there's the KO, has the suppress. If there's the Yoru from Lumac, can TP in, and with the Waylay, they get that double dive triple if you count the Omen of Redefy, which I expect to see again. As much as I love Redefy's Astra, some of the best Astra util I've seen supportively, I think we'll probably just see the Omen again here on Corrode.
That would make sense. A lot more brawly, some really good paranoias for fighting B main and whatnot. I want to say I saw a stat, and forgive me for not having the source, but I think in the top level, cream of the crop at the pro level, the Sentinel pick rate numbers were like staggeringly low. Something like 8% for Killjoy, 1% for Vice. I don't know if that's I just saw it in a YouTube thumbnail. I'm gonna be straight up. So I don't know if it was probably.
I watched the TMV talking about it today.
Was that win rate
it's tough,
or
it's
pick
tough
rate?
with a small pick rate. It's tough with a small sample size of just the kickoff games.
A lot of matches,
you
though.
can kind of.
A lot of matches.
In the grand scheme of things, not a ton.
Sure.
But it's definitely something to take note of, the fact that there's not a lot of Sentinel use. Corrode, I think, has always been a popular map for the double controller, especially I think Energy winning champs with their Omen Viper Sova KO Waylay comp meant a lot of people were like, let's do that. Let's do it what won champs. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
Really populars that.
It's so weird. Corrode, like solo Waylay is really popular on Corrode when I feel like it definitely I don't want to say shouldn't be. I don't know. It's
interesting.
It's a tough one.
Almost
It's
always
good,
see her
but
paired with another duelist. Usually Yoru, sometimes ISO, I guess, if you're G2.
nah.
Or Neon if you're G2.
It's so
but
strange.
You'll see Raze as well.
It just feels like everyone just kind of agreed that like Corrode was like, nah, we're good on Corrode. Like that solo Waylay, that's fine. We don't need any of that.
I think it's just because Energy won champs with it, and everyone else is our sheep.
Yeah,
they just see that and they're like, yeah, let's just do what they do, because they can't think for themselves. They're not free.
Right.
They're not free like us. We're free thinkers. We say, yeah, you can run Yoru and Waylay together.
Yeah, unpopular, super hot take there.
Hot take. It's pretty
on
good.
Corrode.
Putting those two together.
There's some crazy double duelist stuff, right?
How do you mean?
Didn't we saw some Yoru Phoenix on Corrode?
That's true. We have seen some Yoru Phoenix. Maybe that's what EMU should run today. Bring back the Lumac Phoenix from week 1.
Right.
Against Western.
God. That'd be so good.
That's what they need. Yeah, that did kind of take off, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a niche thing, but
it's got enough. It's broken through at least a little bit. It got because it was obvious it was KC on Haven last year that started it all, and then PaperX brought it out on Haven, and then Vitality and PaperX are running it now on Corrode. Or no, is it Phoenix Waylay that PaperX are running now?
Dude, they've had some stuff. They were running Waylay Yoru last year on Haven and then stopped when it became meta. So I don't know. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Regardless, I think this will be a good one to see play out in terms of. I'm super excited. I'm actually really excited. That's the thing about EMU is we came in here all ready to cast, and at the top of the conference, we're told that we don't have to be biased towards EMU. But the reality of the situation is that these 5 players are so exciting to watch, and they're the ones we're watching all the time. It's really
I was gonna
hard.
say that's more the big thing, is that they're the ones we watch every week.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot more to say about them than we do about Kent State. Apparently, I think one of the players on Kent is a fan of Alexander, I think. Right. So we can talk about that, but I think actually that's all we know. So
come on. I'm also a fan of Alexander. It's not like a special thing. We're going to jump into agent select, see what we got going on here. Oh, wait. Oh, yo, are we on Harbor Patch?
We must be.
We must be if there's...
Yeah,
if there's a harbor. Yeah, we're on Harbor Patch. Okay, dude, that was not even on my radar, but the recent Harbor buffs giving his smoke a lot more uptime, a lot less downtime, is really good. It's really good.
I've got some takes on the Harbor patch, but it all just kind of culminates in the fact that I think he's really strong. They kind of just like, what if instead of giving him a niche, we just made him like way better than the other controllers? And he still got his weaknesses of only having the one smoke at a time, but he's got way higher like uptime. He's got 19-second smokes, 30-second cooldown now, when everyone else has 40.
Yeah.
Except for like Brim, I guess.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm wondering if we're actually going to see the lock here. This would be
I would really hope
comp.
so. Meanwhile, it looks like the comp's largely the same. We're switching over from the Fade to the Sova for EMU. An understandable decision. The two are fairly interchangeable. Fade has a little more volume of utility. Sova has the global range and the anti-op abilities with his drone. So a fair switch to the true energy comp, and it looks like we're getting that Harbor with a double duelist aggressive look. I am very intrigued to see what Raze does on this Harbor.
Can I punt on your take? Is your take that like solo controller should be meta next with Harbor?
Solo controller Harbor? No, probably not.
Okay. He just has.
I think you guys just got to run him with the Viper, but he has a lot, but he's like not. It's not the most flexible. You still, if you want to use a high tide, you still got to be like in position, and it kind of gives away some info being there. And just the one at a time makes his defaulting a little less versatile. I think pairing him with the Viper is definitely the way to go as the secondary smoke, so you can be able to put the pressure across the map. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So, as it were, Lumac sticking to the KO. Hey, no problems here. Worked wonders last time they played the map, and I'm sure there's been growth since then, having picked this EMU. Starting on attack, it's Kent State on defense, rocking the Harbor. Brand new look. I'm so excited to see this Harbor, I'm not going to lie. Running the Waylay Yoru, solo Waylay on the other side.
Look,
we're going to have a
empty right now.
A brawl pretty immediately. An A main flash to supplement. Alexander forced to back off as we trade refractions. Refracts back.
That's tons of util already used. Both saturates gone. The Whirlpool gone as well. And everyone else of EMU is just headed towards beats. Alexander taking contact into 3. Manages to go 1-for-1 is lovely. And now they're headed towards a similar B defender. Taken out.
Comfy gonna crack it wide open. Aggressive into elbow. He is. Raincoat there to shut it down quickly, traded out by Redefy. They've got the site, but the flood from Swaggy. Very quick, and very equally as fast, shut down, putting Raze. The 1v3.
Look at these positions. Starting off just like it feels impossible at this point when they're just like, you can try to isolate the 1v1s, but try and find them. You got the Cove, could shield it up. It's there with the bow in hand, bro.
Its first headshot is there, adding the shield onto the tap, and now Shock Dart gonna soften things up a little bit in his Wolfenite from atop the box to strike them down. Very nice reactions from EMU, speeding up into B after Alexander got the information, and did good to get one in A main as well.
Yeah, that was, I think, the most impressive. Just being able to get one against that triple sort of high-low on the slope was very nice. Got a ton of info, baited out so much util that, like, even if more members of Kent were alive, they would have had a lot less to work with. Retake that Whirlpool from Harbor, I think, being the most important piece of like retake util, sort of filling in for that paranoia.
Right. I'd like to very quickly direct attention to the fact that Raincoat and Lion from Kent State have bought sheriffs and put to good use already. I wanted to call attention so we can see how it will impact next round's buy. Usually ill-advised to buy 2 deagles on this round number 2, but it seems like they're good for it, fighting together, swinging out through the Cove down mid. An early 5v3 for Kent State.
Really nice aggressive pushes using their double duelist comp to its strength. Nice from Comfy. Get that Bulldog out of there. Don't let anyone pick it up. Meanwhile, though, all the way up in elbow, we've got Redefy. We've got Alexander posted up, but they really want to find a pick here before getting that bomb down. Try and get things a little more equal. Try and find a 1v1, which Alexander does, but the shot does not quite connect. Redefine now exploring into CT. Gets taken down. Now it's a 2v5. This can just be a flood from KSU. They should be able to clean it up if they don't give Alexander a shot.
This is catastrophic. A second jiggle peek. Ill-advised coming out. Alexander, we need some absolute heroics coming out, but it's only 1-for-1 from Comfy. Alexander's good for the first, and now he's going to try to make a pretty nuts play, just walking out and raise. Excellent positioning. That was catastrophic for Eastern Michigan.
Some good 1v1s taken there. Actually, not even a 1v1. We saw Lion right at the start find the sort of the opposite of what Lumac did. The mirror image, rather. Lion gets the one on the high-low, gets out with his life, and ooh. Elonix already with the operator? No, just gonna go for the outlaw. Expecting mostly light shields, which is advisable. 2 heavies on the side of EMU with the stingers. Try to put something into this round.
Right. Only 2 that can get one shot.
Yeah.
By this. Good to if they want an actual chance into this round, which looks like they do.
Go.
Wow. This is crazy. What a read. Just knife out, bunny hopping into the site, already positioned aggressively, postured with the Bucky. Comfy's good for the first blood. On to mid link, a flash to supplement, but Raincoat is good for 2. Turns the flash, and Lion right by his side to clean things up. A 1v3, low HP onto Raincoat. It's only a stinger, looking for a gun upgrade. Lots of time to work with, and the spike caught out, but the shots just go wide, and that's seemingly a free kill for Wolfenite.
Oh, they're expecting him to run all the way to A site, but he's just going to be wrapping back around. A great kill to find on the sniper rifle. Jumping around makes it really hard to connect a shot without a normal AR. Now is the Odin. Shades of Brock, potentially. That's what you're going to be looking for, but playing this really slowly, trying to cut off rotates that have already come in. Lion over the way towards A site. Raincoat on B. Nobody looking in the right spot so far.
I mean, it's 2 1v1s. They've split the map currently. Either way, Wolfenite's going to have a 1v1. 20 seconds on the clock. Has to make a run, pick up the speed over towards A.
We'll get there unheard. But see, because he saw no rotates, I think he's going to expect things to be mostly clear here, which could give Lion a timing should he choose to take it. But that's going to give a 1v1 opportunity available.
Big swing coming out. Wolfenite looking onto the angle, but ADS is at just the wrong moment, and Lion's there to clean it up. Things got
that's the difference.
Dicey.
Brock doesn't scope in there. He just hit
Brock
fires.
does not.
That's the difference.
Just hip fires. That's true. That's just true.
A good attempt, good eco round, a little light buy coming in there. Managed to ring true, and a great read from Redefied to go in, take that B site. It's the second time we've seen KSU leave that site open. I think that they're comfortable trying to take space elsewhere on the map with the double duelist and then retake later, which I actually think is a lot to do with the Fade pick over Sova. Having that extra Prowler compared to just the drone makes a big difference in being able to re-clear space throughout the round. We got an op online, a ton of players towards mid from both sides, and a shot through the smoke from Elonix.
No vision on that one. Alexander looking to equalize the numbers. Catches them off guard, but can't make any work out of it. And so we reposition up towards A. Oh, Redefy caught out by the flash as well. Another early 5v3 for Kent State. Swaggy's in a great position. Should be, you'd expect, good for 1 here on the off angle, but the shots not disciplined on the trigger. Evened up very, very quickly. A site taken, 3v3 situation. Alexander advanced with the operator, does find the shot. Man advantage now for EMU. Ooh, investing the Yoruwald into this as well. Raincoat's going to get information. Spots the Viper. Harbor Wall to dice things up. Safe passage for the Yoruwald exit. Dimensional drift. Flashing now. Through the wall. Tap looking to bait something out. Alexander is already wrapping. The Hunter's Fury spotted through the wall though. Is Comfy, but is actually good for 1. A tag onto the other. Raincoat is such low HP for this, and Alexander with the classic knows the HP is low, swings out the cove with the classic, and is good to secure the round.
Another round that started really nice for Kent State, but this time they got a little sloppy after finding those 2 opening picks, one through the smoke, one just through a nice push from Raincoat over on B. They just kind of give up these 1v1, Swaggy playing in an isolated position with plenty of util in hand, but no chance to use it without giving up his spot. And then Lion getting a little over aggressive. I think Alonix wanted to equalize, try and cut off with the operator, but instead it just gives more opportunity for EMU to claw back into that round. And now it's another full B exec looking to come in immediately.
This dash over the top, spray transfer is good. Raincoat, good for another actually before getting traded out by Wolfenite. And in the blink of an eye, it's a 1v3 for Swaggy, who's explored down over towards mid. The shots will not even connect. That was blisteringly fast.
Yeah, a good pace. Second full B we've seen. This time there was some resistance to meet them, but it was just the eco round. So EMU was able to clean it up pretty nicely. Now it's another bye for KSU. I want to see what the look is here. If they're going to continue that aggressive style, if they're going to try and play a little more reserved, especially in the mid round. I think that's where the adaptation needs to be, is if they find an opening pick or even just some opening space, to be able to just hold the line elsewhere on the map and then opt for that retake.
Couldn't agree more. Alexander getting feisty once again onto the peak, but shot goes a little bit wide. Ilnox, not good for one. Getting sprayed down by Comfy. Actually, it's just sprayed through the smoke. Relax. No disrespect here. Early man advantage is going to pull the rotates over towards A, and EMU are waiting. They're waiting for a reaction. They're waiting for the push. Regroup. See where they want to hit next.
It's just tricky. The comp from EMU allows them to really slow things down when they need to. The double controller is great for controlling space, especially when they got that op in hand. You can just wait and expect a reaction of the disadvantage and the double duelist. But no reaction is coming just yet. A little walk down into mid, but they're just playing around that cove. Meanwhile, EMU are slowly but surely moving towards the B site. 3 people there to exec against 2, though. Could be a little bit dangerous if they even choose to commit.
Lions got a lot to do here, but actually the spike is going to relocate. Redefy's been inserted, caught out shot in the side of the head. Oh my god, and the Reckoning invested on a site where no one else is coming through. Because Comfy has lurked all the way up into elbow. Alexander's good for the shot in yard as well. Swaggy manages to drop the spike, and it's actually really low time on this. 10 seconds remaining. The plant will go down. No trouble here. Lumac on the flank as well, wrapping around. And Swaggy has so much to do. 1 low HP. Definitely a chance. Definitely a glimmer, but doesn't check the right, where Alexander is lurking, waiting for the final kill.
They had a chance into that round, especially as things got a little scrappy. It's got a little bit melonish when the clock started ticking down. But able to get the plant down. A great lurk from Comfy, I think, is what really made that possible. Managed to make his way up into yard. They cancel the exec on B, and Redefy's in there to sell the fake. Costs him his life, but secures them the round.
I want to say, is that
4 for EMU?
That was Lumac's first kill, by the way, in round number 6.
Wow.
Hate to put a superstar on blast, especially they're doing so well without the presence of that fragging ability. The flashes have been really great, though. Supportive utility.
Yeah, and even just using it there when they were previously using Alexander with the double dash to take that B main space. Now this flash just kind of fakes the B presence, and EMU were playing this nice and slow. They've immediately understood the pace from KSU. They're now looking to try and fight them in mid, where they've been trying to take space pretty much every round.
It's been no avail. The smokes have been completely disrespected, mostly by Alexander.
Yeah, they're using the drone too from Wolfenite to try and fight their way in. Now the smokes are gone. It's just about the gun duels, and the guns are in favor of EMU.
Oh, great timing for Swaggy. He's able to find one and another with the deagle. Monstrous, demonic onto that. Redefy forced to get out, retreat. Things are salvageable, but a lot on this kill here from Comfy, not able to do it. The Bucky, a great spot. Lumac has lurked up, but I think the presence has been alerted. I mean, indeed, it looks like Raincoat knew about that, but regardless, Lumac postured for another. The flash is good for a third. Completely flipping around on its head here, but thanks to a 1v2.
He's not stopping.
To get more
He's not
aggressive
stopping.
off of this, pushing through, shut down by Alenox. Now the 1v1. Redefy knows where he is. The shots don't connect. Ugh. Sidestep
Maybe
to the left.
those
Alenox
last-
is good for it.
Those last peaks maybe a little ill-advised, pushing through the smoke, trying to catch Alenox slipping a little bit, but it was not meant to be. It's a thrifty round. I mean, as the second one we've seen from Kent State, they've been so good with these sheriffs. A Bucky kill coming in there, but yeah, it's just a little over-aggressive, I think, from Lumac. And even Redefy there at the end, taking the peaks, could have instead, like, just, you know, utilized what he had in util to try and slow down the clock. Wanted to end things then, but wasn't meant to be.
I mean,
Now
surely an
3 for
ill-advised
Kent
push,
State.
but it's really hard to say no to a player who's feeling like that. Freshly awakened, 3 quick ones, wants to go for more. I mean, who are you to stop a player like Lumac?
The emphasis again on mid. This time it's Kent State playing a little bit more passively as it's EMU trying to take that space. Redefy insulating this top mid push. Maybe a B-split coming. Hard to say where they want to finish, but we're taking space.
Alexander, good for 2 immediately on the mid fight. Going to open up both sides, but it's weaker over towards B. That will be the final destination of the round. K-Wall invested, no util, no molly to supplement. Redefy is good for the pick, and that should be the round. Open and closed.
Yep, just devastating. Using top mid as their battlefield. To try, even these other kills coming in all the way across the way. Swaggy left in the 1v4. A very difficult ask. Position known. 2 people standing on top of that cover. Not much you can do.
Not much you can do, indeed. Swaggy seems like in that position a lot, Alexander. Delivering devious back shots to quell any sense of a save. I mean, come on, man. They're running away with this.
This is nice. We see another pacey take. This time, not towards just the B site, but it was top mid. The other place that they've shown they're willing to go fast. The mix-up of tempo from EMU has been really, really nice. And I think has been leaving KSU like not really sure how they want to approach these rounds. If they want to go quick and try and find an early first blood, if they want to play slow to try to receive, doesn't seem to matter. This time it's the first blood, but no real util behind it,
right?
At all.
Death by firing squad.
Sheriff ringing
Swaggy
true as ever.
has been good for it in the past. This round is no different. Quick rotates out, and they're stubborn. Lumac presses forward. Gonna force it up through elbow. Raincoat on a great angle, turns the flash with the Bucky. Now good for it. Jumping into it, looking for a second, and will find it. Going for a third with the Bucky. 1 HP, 1 bullet. Does not matter. Now with the rifle. 1v2 for Redefy. The jump peek. Punished aptly. Lion on the flank. I don't know if this will be anticipated. We're looking over towards Yard. Want to get some semblance of a clear. Try to catch Lion off guard on this one. And actually, we have enough time. I don't know if we're going to push through mid to B here. It looks like that is the play. Oh my goodness. 1 health, getting out by the skin of his teeth. Oh my, looping back around to A. This is
the IGL. The mind games coming into play here. Lion versus Redefy. But Lion, not quick to bite. Just waiting. Doesn't hear the plant go down. I think Redefy might have overcooked things. But a lot of questions in Lion's head.
Ooh.
Answer
Holding
comes
his
right there
ground.
on a silver platter.
No doubt about it. I mean, you can't even really hate the play, honestly. I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard call from Lion to just, like, knife out, sprint over to B, even if...
Oh, yeah.
Even if through spawn, because you're never going through mid there. So
it's hard. It's hard to say. I mean, Redefy 5 HP wanted to make something happen. Maybe he could have just ran over to B, try to get an off angle, an odd position, force Lion to have to clear just everything along his way. regardless, KSU brings things up to 4. It's been these scrappy rounds, these eco rounds that they've actually had the most success with, and that is an early ult from Alexander, just taking mid space. Swaggy pushing out, but just taking it down. Now a 2v5 already in favor of EMU.
It's quick, blink, and you'll miss it. Caught off guard into spawn from both sides. Comfy will deliver. That is another round that I think Raze has been caught out top mid quite a few times, but that was the first time that they invested the ultimate to punish. Previously, Alexander had caught glimpses of the jump away, the retreat, but hasn't been able to get a kill off it. Quickly in this round, converting the opening pick and cascading onto the site for a really dominant, really, I want to say pretty easy take.
I'd have to agree. I mean, the mid presence has been interesting from KSU. They're putting the harbor there, I think, in a position to be able to rotate. Sometimes they're taking space, pushing down. Sometimes they're just trying to hold it. But regardless, the take from EMU has been nice, using the drone, using the light speed to push their way in. This time, though, just a spray through the smoke, all they need. The exploration is there, though, with Alonix pushed up with the Bucky. It's been quite successful for them so far. If that's going to be the target, you can only maybe hope for 1, 2 if you're lucky.
This is a little bit insane. A little bit
gun stuck out there for a second.
Gun stuck out there. They will hard clear, but Illinox is good for at least one and done onto the angle. It is the eco weapons that are going to be forced to retake here. Double push through bottom mid is going to be met by Comfy through the cove. Oh my god, the timing is ridiculous, and Raze actually catches a glimpse into the cove and thus equalizes the numbers. They decide to push aggressive into Lion onto this one, but it's individualistic. Alexander losing out the fight. Nightfall invested on the flank as well. Gets one scan. Lion asleep at the wheel. Lumac gets the best of him. They know both players coming through main here. They've got a crossfire here through heaven and onto the close right. Swaggy completely alone onto that one. It's a great crossfire, great reposition from both players. Forces Raze into the 1v2. We won't be able to get anything done. These are some close rounds.
It's really the ecos where they seem to be catching EMU off guard the most. The interaction bottom mid was just hilariously timed.
Yeah.
To go through the cove as both members of Kent State were also going through the cove. Using the Viper Wall against them here was kind of interesting, using that little pocket that's created to give them an easy reclear without having to burn any of their own util.
Right. I think
definitely dicey, but EMU clean it.
I want to say that EMU, no strangers, they're actually investing the ult very wisely onto the big buy rounds. And so as a result, it is the ecos that are getting a little bit more shaky. Hunter's Fury off of the scan. Lumac is good for the spam kill. And so that's pretty much a kill from the Hunter's Fury. Raincoat gets information, sees the spike down, and is now going for a hero play. There's a player behind him, but a little bit ways away, backing off now. The ult invested, Redefy forced to get out of there, is hindered, will be hindered for long enough, crunched from all sides. KSU are taking the fight to the attackers in this round. Alexander, good for the first. Team flashed a little bit, that's all right. Now smoked off by the cove, forced to disrespect this. Lumac jumping, good for the first one. Alexander for a second, 1v1. Lion looking to make the most out of this. That is interesting way of going about things. Lumac swings through the molly, and it's good for the third on the round regardless. The spike did not move the entire round. Was fought.
No, they left it there and decided to just keep it there. A really, really interesting round in terms of how the positions played out. The A main push came, and then it was kind of a push through mid into A for EMU. Meanwhile, just running it down mid, we saw Lion, we saw Raze. Wasn't quite meant to be, though. An 8-4 half for EMU. Puts them in a really good spot on the normally just an advantageous side, but with a double duelist, you could argue that maybe this is where KSU are looking to really get paid, but I don't know, it's tough. The looks from EU was really, really nice on that offensive side, mixing up their tempos. I want to see what depth KSU has if they can match that against what should be a more favorable defense.
Right, a switch to the sides now. Forced to step up to the challenge. A Prowler gets info that Redefy's there. Ready, waiting, baiting with the paranoia. It will go out. Viper Wall will protect, though, at least for a little bit. Now dropping. Alexander cannot step up to the challenge. And we begin spearhead into elbow. Things fought through a smoke here, in and out, but Wolfenite was not detected at all by Illinox. Regardless, traded out. 2v1, 1v2 for Comfy.
Very winnable, especially with that bandit. He's going to be able to take some close range fights, try and find those one-tap headshots. Only 4 bullets left in the chamber.
Grouped up into spawn. I like this. Comfy taking his time. A rock-solid player. Now a clutch here would mean an easy victory throughout the rest of the half. I don't know if we're going to get a little adventurous before the tab comes out. Waiting for a crossfire, but they're actually grouped up. One more bullet in the bandit. Does not connect. Raincoat secures the kill and the round. A much-needed pistol for Kent State.
I just want to shout out Comfy using the Proto crosshair. I've not seen that in a long time. That big-ass square.
Yeah.
A nice try. I think that round was tough from the start when they lose Alexander early because they commit the paranoia, they commit to saturate, but the Viper was still up the whole time. So that just gave Kent State plenty of cover to just wait it out and then just play patient reclear as like the 5. And not even really reclear. It was just their normal scaling ran right into Alexander. Right. Pistol in the hands of Kent State puts them to hopefully not get ecoed like they did to EMU on their offense or defensive side.
Let's group up, gamble over towards B with Alexander buys lonesome in middle to fend off the aggression. Only a sheriff in hand. The team fight, they're looking to take the fight to them over in B lobby. Now hindered, things will slow down. It's a mad dash over towards A. Alexander's good for 1. Dropping Raincoat. An early man advantage, but weaker weapons for EMU.
Yeah, how much is it going to matter is the question. Because now the entire site is under Kent State's control. If EMU can find another pick, that could be huge to open things up, but not meant to be. Illinois doing well to just get out of there. Now, a 4v5. They've got the site kind of surrounded, but with the worst weapons, it's not quite enough. Wolfenite going down 2 is going to make things all the more difficult, losing that CT pressure.
The map's been completely flipped as well. The attackers looking to push over towards spawn, but they actually just want to take the fight to the defenders, jumping through the smoke. The Fade Eye, no scans, destroyed. Swaggy with the Bulldog in elbow. Fighting alone there, Elenox as well. Alone onto the site. The swings just coming out at perfect timings for KSU. They will be able to secure their anti-eco.
That's pretty huge. Getting the pistol, not slipping up like EMU managed to do on their anti-eco. Now 6-8, things in a much more winnable spot. I'm not sure exactly what their buy is looking like, if they're going to be trying to force into this bonus round or just keep with 3 weapons they were able to save over. Looks like it's going to be the latter.
Yeah.
Full buy though for EMU. Some light shields, but no outlaw just yet. Just a Bucky from Melodics could be dangerous if he gets that light speed double dash right into their face, like Lumac tried to do a couple times on their offense.
Oh, wow. Prowler tagged, gonna force the defenders back off the choke. Gonna give Ilonix the chance to get close, to get comfortable if so chooses, but looks like we're just reserving. We're gonna go for one of the B execs, perhaps Shades of Alum, Shades of Furia with the Bucky dashing in and is good for the first onto Lumac. Rifle exchange. Bucky drops now. Things look good. There's 2 waiting for them in elbow, but Lion is good for 1 into mid as well with the stinger. Long range Comfy catches Swaggy off guard. And they've got to deal with these elbow players sooner or later. Shock darts just clear that cross. Oh, Wolfenite not good for lit. Ilonix 3 on the round, being the difference maker here. 4 make it, converting the bonus
round. It was that Bucky entry.
It was.
Shades of Alum, like you were saying.
Pucky entry
Just
off
found
the
the double
charts.
dash right onto Lumac. They couldn't throw the 0 point to try and slow down the hit. Northern Fragment just had to just get fully absorbed. And then I also want to talk about the Harbor util from Raze, because when you throw that high tide out, it covers so much now. It's so long. I think it went all the way into like CT, which means any player trying to flood in just gets immediately hit with that slow. It's only a second, but that's a difference maker when you're trying to swing through a smoke. Now, bonus converted. They didn't even invest that much into it. That Bucky doing the most. Now, EMU a little uncomfortable. KSU on the verge of making things even if they can just handle this ego.
They want to get a little bit aggressive, a little bit itchy towards A main and mid, but info on both sides means they're well aware of it. Drone not going to get very much value at all. It's Ilonix. Very good for the punish as well.
It's tough. They lost that A main. They didn't quite get all that info. They wanted to do something with the drone. And when he saw it was clear, maybe thought they were going A, but it wasn't meant to be. Now Comfy left to absorb the hit. Lumac, they're on the side.
Ult invested as well. They really want to secure this, make it as clean as possible, get that economy blooming, blossoming. Some gaps, but Ilonix is good for the spray, good for the check. It's some weak weapons, Sheriff, Stinger, onto this one. It'll have to be some deadly shots if it is to happen at all. Raincoat taking the fight to them into main. It's just Lumac isolated. Redefy in spawn, the last one standing. Not going to be given any ones immediately. And
this is
time
tricky.
is...
EMU,
yeah.
they've been unable to show that they can stop this B hit. If I'm Kent State, I'm probably just doing the same thing. Little default, try and get some pressure as Redefy finally drops down.
It looked like the
game
Molly
plan's
missed
good
for Comfy. The snake bite.
He wasn't really
was a
in
little bit
position
shallow.
to get it into main.
Yeah.
And that's tough. It's hard to, and especially when you're going against a double duelist that waylay, especially if you get caught out with the saturate, trying to like back up into spawn or something, or even just trying to anchor straight up, you're kind of just screwed. It's a really strong ability, and when you have the double dive and the storm surge maybe coming in from Harbor, I've got to be really careful. But we haven't seen a proper retake able to even come out yet from EMU on B site. The round previous, Wolfenite got caught out with shock darts in his hand.
Yeah.
Like that off angle, Lumac died at the very start. So maybe they want to play a little bit more carefully on B. Maybe just take a page out of KSU's book, just leave the Viper there. Maybe throw the Molly to slow down the exec, let the rotates come in. Maybe try and fight a little bit more for map control. But at the start of that round, I mean, we saw KSU shut that down over towards A. With the weapons in hand, though, we could see a slightly different story. Maybe those 1v1s go in favor of EMU. We got attack timeout, though. They're able to talk about, reassess what they want to do to get this lead back. It's even now. Wolfenite got that Odin in hand.
Oh, I like it.
See something happen.
The Odin over towards mid. Like you said, I hope that a lot of that time I was dedicated to being able to stop the B main hit. There's only one player invested over there, so maybe I mean, I'm not really sure. Regardless, a switch up from Kent State. Early default looking to grab the orb for A main. Redefy.
You can see it, Redefy. He was itching to try and take a fight instead of just TP back, and that might come back to cost them. That's what hasn't been giving them any chances for these proper retakes, as they're just full hitting this, full sending.
Wolfenite's got a chance, an opportunity, but I don't know if they're actually going to give it to him. Odin won't find anything immediately. This is a tough one. All three through spawn as well. Man. Con-invested, they're just looking for something. They're looking for scraps here to try to get one. I wouldn't be surprised if the call is to say if they're backing off as well. I think you're right. We need... It's a solo play from Redefy. It's a brilliant shot from Ilonix as well. But even with the one player over towards B, I feel like we need to group up. We need to make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
Grab that Odin, Lumac.
I mean, when you're looking at these two compositions, as members of KSU are just kind of dropping slowly but surely. Good damage, I suppose, in the end.
Lumac decides to bomb.
drops.
All right, no
that's tough.
Odin save.
Okay.
I mean, that's good damage. That's more worth damage. More damage done to EMU.
A little bit theoretical here, because
Okay.
when you're looking at these two comps, we see the double duelist. What they want to do, they want to just like essentially get in your face. They want to say, I don't think you have what it takes to stop us just hitting. Just running in with the fade, with the storm surge coming up from the harbor, the high tides. And so far, EMU don't have the answers because they don't have that Senti, but they do have, they can control the map really well. But that really hasn't come to fruition when KSU were just full hitting these sites, defaulting a little bit, making the resources come out. I think EMU were playing a little too aggro at times, where they could just be holding back, trying to constrict the map control. You see them
He's got the first
playing a little
pick.
bit slower this round.
Ooh. Lumac, very nice. Able to assist Redefy. Things got a little bit dicey. Could have got picked off there. I like this. We're seeing a lot more group play. Playing as a team, crouched onto it. Wolfenite has a hero Odin, more or less. And it will be the difference maker onto this. Viper's Pit invested. I mean, when you just got to get around on the board. I don't think you can be too mad about that. Is heavily favored already, though. And I don't know if they're even going to be able to make a go of things here. Bomb top mid. Both sites reinforced heavily.
Especially with that pit down. I like what EMU did when they just took the A. When they tried to take the A presence, take the A control. They fall back and just group up to try and absorb things in A link. Was really, really nice. I'd like to see some more of that, some more feigning pressure into taking some other map control. They didn't even like fully go to try and explore. It was KSU to come meet them. And now they're gonna give this a go, but they're going into the strong site.
They're going into the strong site. Hail Mary of a plant. The molly is good from Lumac to stop it, and Alexander wrapping around yard with the Bucky. A flawless thrifty for EMU to get them back into things. Their first round win on this defense side. And like we said, I just liked that they took fights together, that they grouped up. They were able to swing off each other, save each other a little bit. It's a hell of a lot better than just the individualistic extremities that they were going for before.
Being able to play group, not fall victim to the disruption that KSU were going for. As long as they don't stay isolated, they should have a pretty good shot into this. And it's Comfy this time with the... Oh my god, they were using Convergent Pass and the Hunter's Fury?
God. The scan is good, but there's no kill on the back of it. Two stand up and hindered by the ult. And Comfy tries to make something of it. Is good for one, I
believe
guess.
We call that the sunk cost fallacy.
I
Committing
think,
the two ults into it and
listen,
then looking to send in one to try and salvage something.
No, there's no salvage. You're looking to see if they've refilled the space after you've just double
with the Odin?
Yeah. With
your life on the line?
Yes.
You got drones for that.
Have you ever re-cleared B main with your life on the line? Comfy has. Ilonix is in a advanced position, tucked behind the box. I think this is a good one. This might be a round-winning position. Paranoia is good for it. That's really great bait as well. Meanwhile, Alexander out towards spawn. Ilonix good for two. Bring things into a 2v2. It's low HP for Alexander. They know one player's main, one player's elbow. How are they going to go about this? A stick to half. Reposition up to heaven. And Alexander, heroic 4K, retaking almost entirely by himself in that round.
Really great awareness right there at the end. After getting the kill main, sees he's not getting pushed from CT, from elbow. Just opts, looks straight at heaven, is there with the trade. A nicely played in the end there. Alonix made a great go of it. That position, that little ratty spot. Gets checked, but not hard enough. The start of that one was definitely interesting. A nice set play that didn't quite pan out. They go 1 for 1. And this exec was nice, but finally we see those retakes actually end up being successful for EMU. They played a lot more disciplined after losing Comfy, of course, but able to play that 4v4. As now it's KSU. Lost 2 rounds now on their offensive side. Want to change up their approach correct some mistakes. Alexander, he's standing up.
He's standing up. Got to stretch it out. Make sure you're feeling loose as we ramp up towards the grand finale of map number 1. I think EMU had some great macro ideas in that round. They stacked both sides. I think we had like 3 over towards B, 2 over towards A or something. Regardless, middle was open after they have conditioned that they are investing numbers and utility into mid. And I think that was a big part of the numbers not getting too out of control and able to mount that retake. And so KSU wanting to address this fight over towards mid. It's a smoke towards top mid, recon destroyed, so no easy spam for Wolfenite if they would even offer it in the first place. An early drone, and it's 4 members pushing up towards mid. The 5th falls over towards B. And a scrappy team fight. Redefy is lucky to make it out with his life there. Dimensional drift. Want to speed things up over towards B. Lots to clear here, but plenty of time to do so.
Get spotted.
Wolfenite is good for 1. Low HP on this. How do you even challenge this with a rifle? It needs to be supplemented. The flash is good for it. Oh my goodness. Head on a swivel. Wolfenite, but Raze with the classic to end things. Put a stop to it. That was very scary. I thought Wolfenite was going to be good for, honestly, both of them.
I think I want to spread out the discipline there from Raincoat to not just like flash and swing, because when you're against the Odin there,
you can't.
Like you flash, you're just gonna get spammed when you're that low HP. Instead, waits for Raze to come in, splits the attention of Wolfenite after a little bit of a mistimed swing from Swaggy, goes down despite the dimensional drift. Now 10-10. KSU even things up on the back of that timeout. Money's decent for both sides. Both got a buy here. Push mid went south. Now this time it's just 2 pushing towards A main. Lion. Ooh, it's not even Alexander to get the kill. It's just Redefy taking that 1v1.
Tries to disrespect it when he knows there's a fight waiting for him. Just trying to win a straight 50 through the smoke. And
yeah, it's tough.
Early disadvantage for KSU.
We haven't really seen EMU bluff their offense. Lumac here. Nice angle. Easily able to escape with his life. I love the way they've adapted this.
Ooh. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more refined, a lot more tight-knit. They are taking these fights with intention in the final quarter of the game. Alexander just looking for some info, trying to spot out the last 3 players. Lumac good for the duel over towards A, and just like that, the round is pretty much over.
Pretty much, unless they can find something. Alexander getting a little playful, doing all sorts of different kinds of peaks up top. Lumac too, getting a little bit explorational. Ultimately falls down to Raincoat.
Good for the first pick. Might even be able to get a cheeky plant down. It doesn't look like there's anyone quite in position. If we stick the plant here, we should be able to get it down.
I don't know about this. Alexander's on his lonesome right now.
Little time to spare. Teleport out as well for refilling the space. Alexander's good for it. Had that shorty in the back pocket pretty much all game, finally coming to fruition, and there's absolutely nothing Raze can do. Just too far. I mean, good to get the plant down in that situation. Yeah. Keep the money not as hurting as maybe it would be, but ultimately no real chance in converting that one.
I got a little nervous, to be honest, when Lumac went down, and then it was just Redefy on A, and then eventually Alexander kind of coming in. There was definitely some 1v1 opportunities to Raincoat. He didn't quite have the initiative to take. I mean, it's hard to. It's a scary scenario, and then that 2v4 did well to put into that position in the first place with that pick. Now it's 11 for EMU. Money's in a weird spot for KSU. They got a Bulldog in the hands of Swaggy. The rest of them just on some light buys. I think I saw a Sheriff in there.
I really would like to see a straight up B hit here. Molly expended towards the choke. We'll stall things out a little bit, but EMU didn't... I mean, they couldn't stop the hit.
Yeah.
They had some really successful retakes.
Yep.
But regardless, I do think this is Kent State's best bet. Go back to old reliable Wolfenite. The Odin adaptation is there. Alexander in droves. Good for 2 before refracting out of there. Gonna make.
I think they heard you say they couldn't stop the execs. And they wanted to put a stop to it.
When that was before Wolf and I got the Odin online. And of course, Alexander made some mad plays there. Wolf and I, the spam, keeping Raincoat at bay. 1v5 opportunities. I'm going to give less than 1% chance onto this one. Ooh, it is.
He might make you regret that. Has the
magnetic,
gate crash to get out too.
but chooses not to. This is an impossible crossfire, though. Diffs the Odin, sits him
Are
down.
you sure? That's not
That
even a crossfire. He was just.
I thought the trade would be
on the side
there, and now it's Comfy and Redefy. We do have
Comfy's
to stick
giving
to
him
plan.
another
We do have to
one.
make something happen, and
Oh.
Comfy, rifle in
My
hand,
gosh.
cleans up the round. My bad.
Less than
Sorry,
1%,
that was a
you
little, Yo. I mean,
a
listen,
little
wasn't even close.
ahead of yourself. Well, not
Wasn't even close. I mean, just
I think
elite.
Comfy had the shorty in hands there, so he was not ready for that trade.
right.
Yeah, you could see it through the outline.
Shorty
Shorty
is
maybe
baffling.
expecting-
How would you even?
He
What's
wouldn't.
the-
There would
there's
never
no-
be a position there where
Right?
Raincoat would not be seen by Wolf and I first.
That's just kind
Regardless,
of
they get the
incorrect.
round. A round is a round. The buy is still a little bit. It's off kilter for KSU. They have a judge. They got the Bucky in the hands of Raincoat. They're going for a full beat, but there's no one there to meet them. EMU, they just want to retake. That Harbor, the High Tide's gonna not really do a whole lot. If anything, just cuts off the push, the potential push into CT here for the likes of KSU.
5v5 retake. Okay. Saving the recon. Viper's Pit on the site.
That's juicy.
Waylay ult as well. Just full covers the site as they flood in. EMU looking great onto this one still. Ilonix, Judge in hand, but caught in the back by Lumac. Spamming into this. We still need to find the Viper. Now we know. Judge over towards main. Spam. It's absolute maniac coming out. Wolfenite, Shorties jumping out into this one.
There
and
we
they
go.
have ample time to close out the map. A little bit close. Neck and neck for most of it. But at the end, a string of rounds for EMU.
Really nice. I think there was some phenomenal adaptations from both sides coming out over the course of that map. EMU, though, just one step ahead. 8-4 half into a 13-10 victory. Pretty comfortable. Definitely some interesting rounds, to say the least, with the Thrifties going both ways.
Yeah.
Good, really good stuff to close that one out.
13-10, I mean, it kind of feels like EMU didn't even win a pistol. Getting eco'd immediately off the first one for the first two rounds, and then losing the second one as well. When you take that into account, it's pretty dominant, all things considered.
Yeah, I think KSU played their comp really well. I think they played to the strengths pretty nicely, but EMU made it hard for them to feel comfortable in their own game plan. The way they mixed up their tempos on the offensive side, and then after the tack timeout, they really figured out their defensive game plan, playing for those retakes, staying grouped up, staying more disciplined, even getting, a little ambitious at times. Lumac maybe, Comfy, going for that 1v1 in Raincoat's potential 1v5, but it worked out.
Indeed, it did. A very nice, much needed map win on Corrode, EMU's pick. We're going to throw it to a break, and when we come back, it is Bind. Kent State's pick. Can they bring us to a map 3 and hand EMU their first map loss of the conference, of the Swiss stage? We will just have to wait and see.
Welcome back. We got EMU versus Kent State here. Map number 2. Map 1 went in favor of EMU. They're continuing their flawless record, looking to keep it going into bind. Last week, this went overtime, but Kent State, they picked it. It could be their chance to finally give that first map loss to EMU. I'm a big fan of what we saw in their bind last week, though. We see the double duelist this time. We didn't see it map 1. Lumac on that KO, putting in the work. This time going to be presumably on the Yoru with the raise of Alexander to his side.
They play an awesome comp. Their comp's so sick. I'm not gonna lie.
I love
Raise Yoru is underplayed at the moment. It's hard because Neon and Wele are just like really pretty broken right now. So it's a little bit hard, but like on a map like this, man, Raze is so good. Alexander is so great, good. So comfortable on the Raze. I love their comp. They play the Raze Yoru Astra Viper Fade, right?
Yep.
So that's pretty dope.
Like standard, but I think the Astra gives you so much more versatility than the Brimstone can, and like you don't really lose out on much. You still got those like effectively instant smokes. Like you do have to kind of turn and then press E on the other one, but you don't have the same drawbacks as like running an Omen, but you got to place them both down individually. And on a map with the smaller rotate times, especially when you have the TPs online, that's pretty impactful. But then in just terms of the defaulting and what you're able to do with supportive utility, which Redefy is so good with, coming in clutch with some smokes, with some concusses, the gravity wells as well, to just support across the map. He's so good at it, and I think they utilize it really, really well. So I love the comp. I'm very excited to see what they do and what Kent's gonna put up, because we saw the Harbor map 1. Do we see the Harbor map 2?
I mean, the Harbor was pretty good. It wasn't. I unfortunately, my mind goes back to the Reckoning invested into absolutely nobody, but I'm hopeful, especially since they picked this one. This is historically in Harbor's prime. He was playable, very good. On this one, the wall is great because it's so hard to retake the sites. He's one of those agents where once you get onto the site as an attacker, you wall up. You can wall up. It's so big. You can wall up pretty much every conceivable smoke spot on a site at the same time with the wall. You can. It just like the slow makes it so. The slow makes it so
to
tough get back into.
You can't flood in, especially on B. You can't just flood in. You got to go for some kind of either full retake or just hard hold the site in the first place, which is difficult. I think last map we didn't really see the value in the initiation abilities that Harbor has, the Storm Surge and the Reckoning, the ult. I would love to see if they got more set plays with that, especially when it comes to the execs and the retakes. If they ever go for those set retakes, maybe some lineups. I think that because doesn't need line of sight anymore, so that could be really valuable over on B, on just to hit all of tube, get the backside position. It's gonna be nice, but I mean, we don't know if they're gonna run it. I hope they're gonna run it personally. I would love to see more Harbor. I think that agent is so strong right now. And Bind is a great map for him.
He definitely feels like the type of agent that you would invest into if you were gonna go for him. Doesn't seems like less of a. He's a strong. Like if you're smart enough to recognize his strength and want to go into it on a map like Corrode, I say no reason why we shouldn't expect it. Although Bind's meta has been one that's been like more or less solved in a lot of aspects.
I mean, there's definitely a consensus in terms of the double duelist. Like, it's not always the same two duelists. You usually see the Yoru, and then it's kind of, oh, do you want to run a Waylay? Do you want to run a Raze? If you're Heretics, you run a Neon because you have, the comeback. But like the core of like Viper, Brim, Fade has been pretty static. There are different stylings out there with the Sky. If you want, some teams will opt for something like the Sky, get that info, get those flashes as well. But I think largely like Viperless is pretty unheard of. I think even if you have a Harbor, you still don't want to run Viperless. No. They just kind of fulfill different niches. They just got the Viper wall is always there. It's that A short wall that you know and love. Reliable. The orb gets its position mixed up every now and again, but her defaulting ability is definitely where her strength is, and Harbor doesn't have that same ability. He's more of those XX smokes, and it looks like it's just gonna be the Brim, unfortunately, this time around for Raze. I can understand it though. Maybe they didn't have time to quite cook it all up on all the different maps. Maybe if we get to a map 3, we see the Abyss, but it's actually Alexander on the Waylay this time around.
Ooh,
no more Raze.
okay.
They want to keep this high tempo, this really fast play style, and the deep dives. I think we saw them using like the refract and light speed to like take early map control on Corrode. We saw it a lot towards B, towards mid, where they use it to as basically just a drone in the default. And I think you can really afford to do that when you got the Yoru in the back pocket. He can entry just as well. You have 2 other dive opportunities there. It's great.
Yeah, I'm thinking, man, I thought we were gonna get closer to a mirror match, but the Waylay and the Raze, pretty different stylings. I'm looking at the defense. Astra and Brim have they're so cool. They're 2 sides of a coin.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah.
Lumac covering the get-go. I was like, maybe?
Have similar stall potential, similar post-plant impact.
Mm-hmm.
Just two different stylings, and I really like what I've been able to see from EMU with the Astra. I think Redefy is really quite good at the Astra. I think they make really good use of it on their attack side, but of course we are starting on the defense.
Yeah, this is where I see more of the supportive utility when they're using this double duelist, and now they have an even more aggressive form of the double duelist, bringing the Waylay in. Redefy does a great job of coming in with the supportive stars to get them out of dodge, or just like allow them to maintain their positions. Especially, I saw a lot of it when they were fighting for B long. You already see a star there placed start of round. Just some deep ones to threaten some pushes, and you're going to be doing a lot of that. I think now you have the Waylay, you have a lot more opportunity to try and take forward space, refract back with that info that you've gained, or at least just have the safety net to do so.
Look at this Paper X-esque pistol for the defense. They want to take 4 fighting over long, and that's exactly where it's going to be. The team fight, classic. Flash out of the smoke. Ilonix gets ahead of it a little bit, but the fights do favor EMU. In terms of this one,
3
that's very nice.
Verse 2 and spike down. I really like not opting to try and hold it here in Fountain. That's not a very comfortable position. And when you can just play out this 3v2, play the retake, you might as well. Try to contain them. Raincoat's going to have an opportunity here for a 1v1. Try and even out the numbers, but it just falls back.
Yeah, has to go exploring. Has to get adventurous to try to find a pick, try to make it happen. Ultimately, we're going to regroup towards the bottom of B. The the defenders are in a great spot right now. It is just a straight line formation, but we're opting to give up the A site in favor of having some flood potential on B. Oh, wait.
It's a decent read, although they're going to second guess themselves now. Comfy's just jiggling long. He's not going to see any kind of drop unless he decides to go a little wider.
Right.
But he's going to be able to hear it, so no lost information, just no chance for a little 1v1, a little cheeky find, but no low time means I wouldn't mind. Comfy going out, exploring, trying to get the planter, but it's not going to happen. Not yet.
Trying to be the hero, but there's no kill. Not yet, at least. The defenders, they know the scan comes out, rings true. Scanned up, low HP. Lion has to do it all in a 1 versus 3. Postured towards spawn, but the info's there. Now back sight. Will get the first kill, but quickly traded out Wolfenite by Comfy's side. It's textbook retake for EMU.
Really, really nice. Very disciplined. When they get things into the 3v2, they're not overextending. No one trying to be the hero. Comfy goes for a couple shots, which I do not mind at all there. Falling back, though, giving them the advantageous retake. Really good stuff in that pistol round, and a great set play to start it all off.
I like it. It's a good idea. 4-1. 4-1 pistol win rate is shockingly high, especially when you play this late round as well as EMU did. And so it's a heroic, but look at this, by a Bucky and 2 Sheriffs.
And
That is not a small investment. A lot put into this
they're
one. We
stimming
want
the
to
Alonix, going all the way to elbow.
Redefy is wise to back off on this one. Start to stall the plan. Actually, just it's a smoke that goes down. Maybe a misclick. Lion draws first blood. And the bomb goes down uncontested because of the smoke. Now, Molly, a little bit of damage onto Wolfenite, trying to get some semblance of control. The Astrostar is just perfect. What a stun coming out. Ilonix is good for 1, but Wolfenite is putting the round on his back right now. Doing great. Tether invested, and we're going to work away at the defuse. Half has been gained. They just have to spam through a smoke, and they're not going to be able to get it done. Raincoat is good for 2 towards the end. It's a very costly anti-eco, but they do drag it across the line.
That should mean that KSU are pretty favored into their anti-bonus without those potential for like the stronger weapons to come out. Maybe we see some shorties, but the first instance we've seen of this Redefy supportive util that we were talking about in the pregame, this is exactly what we were looking to see from the Astra pick. Something that you just don't get that from the Brimstone. And I think when you got someone as comfortable with the agent as Redefy, that's very, very impactful.
Right, Outlaw trained. Towards Showers. Alexander, good for it. First Blood looked like heavy shields as well.
Reinvest.
Yeah.
The buy is actually pretty heavy. 2 Vandals I see right now, and that Outlaw, of course. EMU decided to full send it. Now they got this 5v4 in their favor. They forfeited a lot of map control, though. A little re-exploration with the Prowler, but there's nothing behind it, so that info is going to actually be misinterpreted.
Lion has to go searching. Perhaps attention's going to be drawn into B, and we're looking for a backstab. I've seen Baby Bay go for this a number of times once the first player goes down, once Dragamo gets completely sacrificed. Wolfenite, it needs a lot of help right now. The tether is good to stall out the push. Lion does get the pick over towards A, and it's going to draw some rotates as well. And you're right, the teleport. We're going to hit over towards A. Alexander is there, and he is there fast. Outlaw in hand. Oh, shut down. What a shot from Swaggy. Equalize the numbers. 3v3. They do have a nightfall for this retake if they want, but Wolfenite is on the flank, so probably not invested. We're going to see good for the first one. Presence now alerted. Lumac is good as well. I believe things are very tricky 1v3 for Raze, and at low health, there's nothing he can do to stop the retake.
The pick there opened things up on A, but the retake was too strong. The reinvestment there from EMU, very, very wise, it would turn out. That opening pick from Alexander set them up for a lot of success.
This is great defense macro as well. Outlaw trained on Baths at the beginning. 2 players fighting B long. 2 postured for punish on a short push.
It's really nice. They're playing this well. They're playing the positions well and not getting too aggressive. It's full light shields. Alexander still with that Outlaw in hand. Could be very deadly should anyone go to meet him. It's just Raze there this time around. The other 4 members of KSU positioned to try and take space over on A. It's the weaker site, so they could try and get another post plant down, but the retakes have been so nice if they can even get there.
Util and a take over towards Bath. Alexander does drop Raze with the Outlaw. Lumac has to TP out. It's shower control conceded. Lumac fights back into it. Redefy as well. Creeping up onto short is good for the adjustment as well. Completely dominant anti-eco. Not giving an inch to Kent State in this one.
Not at all. Redefy even going for that a little aggressive push into short. Such confidence. Raincoat not going to find any exits this time around. Just goes down. Flawless anti-eco. 4 in a row for EMU. They're starting this map off much hotter than they started the first one.
Absolutely. This is a phenomenal start 4-0 up, and the ult economy, I can only imagine, is looking great. I know we have the Nightfall online and very close to the other powerful ultimates, Dimensional Drift.
Everything one or two away. Except
I think they're going to be looking to invest said ultimates into this gun round. Big swing rounds here.
This aggressive push.
A lot of util on the back of it, but Alexander just spamming through, see what we can find. Knows it's not safe. Flash and Haunt, not enough there. Good absorption from the attackers. Ilonix spearheading hookah control now. They want to take a timing to refight long, but Raincoat drops Alexander.
Max drops that one-way flash, but it's the clone. Takes the bullet.
Damn.
Gives Wolfenite, though, a chance to try and salvage this.
Traded back, surrounded on all sides. Feels the squeeze. Raincoat, good for a third. Doing the most in this round right now. And it's going to leave a seemingly pretty impossible 2v4. Comfy is just so far away. The call to save has already come out.
At that point, it's so hard. You'd have to run all the way in. Then you got such little time to clear out the potential positions of 4 members. EMU didn't get the chance to use the old, but they are actually going to give this a go. They've grouped up into CT, but there's 2 positions trained on them. Swaggy with the first, Swaggy with the second. Cleans things up.
I mean, you can't hate it. Their economy's in a phenomenal spot, so any damage there is good damage. Swaggy is good for the final 2 kills in that. However, it's just intelligent fights, intelligent scaling, able to meet EMU where they want to fight and win out in dominant fashion.
Like we saw EMU expend a lot of util for that initial push where they didn't actually gain much map control at all. They just maintained long, and then they reinvested a Prowler into it. Alexander's got the glass cannon going, no longer just the outlaw. And it's the site of choice, at least to start.
For
KSU. They're going in with the Dimensional Drift and the Nightfall, investing heavily into the Zigzag.
It's a lot of information. It's going to give the green light for the Exec. Creeping up, playing around these smokes. Ilonix takes a good timing against Alexander, and the crunch onto Showers is complete. Now postured towards heaven, does get dropped. Raincoat trading out the kills. Heavy over towards U-Haul, but Wolfenite is going to be given a chance back into this. The shot doesn't connect, goes a little bit wide. Comfy good for 1 on this, but 1v4 at its peak. It's a hard task, one worth going for. Certainly, see what kills we can get. Crossfire is too good, tries to turn the flash, but the classic turn back into it, and Raincoat is there to clean it up. Oh, that was kind of really beautiful, I'm not going to lie. That was clean as hell.
Managing to find Alexander's op there in baths is so good because that just let them know, okay, we got to fight that with these weird off angles we saw. Ilonix come through the smoke from essentially the defender side. It was a really, really uncomfortable spot that Lumek and Alexander were stuck in, and they couldn't find anything out of it. Now EMU put down to an eco. KSU with 2 in a row, poised to get a third, unless we can see some disruptive tactics from EMU come out. The Viper's Pit already committed, and a stack here in Hookah make things very, very dicey.
The Prowler having a little bit of trouble. They have to evade.
They fake with the light
paint
speed.
Shells. Right.
They're still in
this
there.
one. Creeping up, it looks like they are gonna try to take a timing. I don't know. The Prowler kind of gives away the hand, but in the meantime, prodding over towards short. It's a full wrap for Lumak, who it looks like is going to have a phenomenal timing on the flank.
If Wolfenite can slow things down enough, which it looks like just that little bit of peeking did just that. Oh, it's so they're so tight.
The spray down, it's labored. Lumak makes a meal out of that one, going 1 for 1, 4v4, and Wolfenite with the Bucky.
Ilonix down to 1 HP now. And it's going to be much scrappier. The Viper's Pit's still going to drop eventually. Swaggy does great to find another one there.
Equalize. Things are a little bit awkward. I mean, 8 HP on Ilonix, you are going to be dissuaded from investing the showstopper here. All things considered, Comfy had this advanced positioning in short the whole round.
Not looking, though.
And is quick onto the flank, not looking towards U-Haul at all, but heard the satchels easily. Melts the player, traded out by Swaggy. Redefy. Trying to make things happen here. One from spawn.
Both positions
Ult
now known.
invested. The flash through. Swaggy blinded up, but Raincoat decides to do it all himself. Traded out by Redefy. And now it's a game of timings, a game of reactions. The star is not good enough, but Redefy does not even need the utility. Barely scraping through that one. It's a scrappy retake.
You know what that's going to show up in that combat report? Enemies displaced. That's that displacement value.
Damn.
Redefy gets that 1v1, able to isolate the spot. Anywhere else, he would have been stunned, so just goes for the raw fight. This is a great flank from Lumac, but it was actually, they were too grouped up. Just went off to spray, couldn't really get the isolated taps, wanted more from it. And we're going to see timeout. Weird. Despite the 2 rounds in a row, KSU are going to call a timeout from the coach. Perhaps has some insight, some things they think they're running into. But overall, a really nice round from EMU. The initial hookah hole didn't quite pan out, but it gave them so much time to work with to constrict the map with Lumac's flank, and then got things super scrappy. Wolfenite with a nice Bucky kill and some Bucky damage came in absolutely huge. The patience almost coming to bite Kent State.
Here's something I'm thinking about in this timeout is Kent State, when they had a more spread default, maybe one player looking to challenge an extremity, that player was getting picked off. And however, when they all grouped up like that, it left them very vulnerable to a flank, not just Lumac, but Comfy with advanced positioning in short as well, which ultimately I think was a big difference maker. So I want to see how they're playing this. Definitely a more spread default, maybe more grouped up in addition.
Yeah.
Kalonix hindered, and Raze is the hero in that one. The kill traded out. Like we said, that one player over towards long, expended, dealt with. Raincoat hits a belter of a shot in showers, while Ilonix pushes all the way through spawn with the showstopper. A lot to deal with on this retake. All 3 defenders coming from spawn. Ilonix is going to have a great timing. Should he choose to take it, jumps to the left, will actually save the situation from getting worse. Only 1 kill found instead of 2. 2 players over towards bench. The tether is phenomenal. Wolfenite going alone through U-Haul. Raincoat now has to do it all. But Swaggy actually, excuse me, over towards bench, decides the round for him.
Pretty nicely done. It was an odd start of round for EMU. They had 3 members towards short, and Alexander just opts to just take a raw fight through the Viper's wall. Doesn't really pan out. Meanwhile, Redefy goes down in showers. It was a tough one, and I think they try to claw it back. Some good util from Wolfenite, finding that 1v1. But they're back to an eco. 5-3, still in EMU's favor. But KSU's got a good opportunity to try and scratch back these rounds. It's another pretty spread default. They're playing it patient, and another push through short for EMU.
Aggressive, perhaps a little optimistic with the shorty. They will press forward. Alexander wrapping through caves. The speed up reaction is great, though. Wolfenite doing the most to stall this out. Rifle in hand, see what we can get. First player downed in hookah. It's a great adjustment, great priority target decision.
And staying alive there is so huge. That's the only rifle EMU has, and he gets to keep the Nightfall. Connects onto 3 or 4
drift as well.
Least.
And Alexander on the long flank, 1 HP due to the Nightfall. Can't hear at all, but the kills. It's KSU lighting up the kill feed. Lumac, 1v3 at its peak. Low HP, but Swaggy takes the shot once again, closing out the round.
I thought with that juice of a Nightfall, it was going to go in EMU's favor, but it was just the kills coming out from Kent State, shutting things down. A nice attempt. I don't even mind the investment despite the eco round, because that, I mean, it even ups the percent of the health bar. We saw Lumac able to capitalize, but it just wasn't enough. And now for Kent State, buys from both sides. Not terribly many ults for EMU, just the Cosmic Divide. Meanwhile, we got a Nightfall, we got an Orbital Strike, and a Viper's Pit. All coming towards A for the most part.
Oh my god, yeah, fake clone. Dude, for a second, I saw the health bar flash beneath it. but that is
And I was
as
like,
real
wait.
as they come. Still dropped by Lumac. Grasping at straws here, maybe, even though they've got some momentum on their side.
I don't know if that's a risk. Like 2 of the last 3 rounds, maybe you keep doing what you're doing. Don't try on such low HP. EMU are playing this super patient, which means they're giving up a lot.
Own den, and that's going to bring
That's
things
tough.
to a screeching halt. KSU.
They still have the orbital
to
strike.
fight back
but
into
EMU
this
go a
one.
little too slow.
One enemy remaining.
2 players
back
low
pocket.
HP. Lumac, it does not matter HP or not. He's swinging. It's one hell of a shot. Ray's good for 2. Has the molly and orbital strike off the first tap. Orbital strike invested. It's an early
Ooh.
molly as well. Low HP onto Lumac. It's Wolfenite who's going to go hunting and bests Rays.
Wow.
Great adjustment.
Must have barely spotted his gun. I don't know
Must
how Wolfenite spots that, but massive plays. Did we get on the defuse?
Did we get it? Wait.
Was the
Okay,
okay?
okay.
Okay.
It just-
Oh, it
yeah, there was
delayed.
delay. It was delayed.
Yep. The monitor was delayed from the sound. We're good.
Oh my god.
It's all good, everybody. I thought that molly was like, did they buff Brim Molly? Does it last that long now?
No, I would.
But-
Yeah, for real.
Well handled. Maybe. I don't know, Raincoat. I don't know about the fake clone.
Yeah, that is just complete madness. Walking through the smoke again, wandering into a fight that he's gonna have to take, especially when I mean, I don't know if that kill got him the dimensional drift. Regardless, if you're playing for that orb, there's
Yeah, he didn't
definitely
have it
better
yet.
ways to go about it. And
Certainly.
heartbreaker of a shot. We're going fast into this one. Dimensional drift, aforementioned, now invested. KSU fast into this one. But they're just gonna be able to take the front of sight, top of the spike.
they're
Looking to
still
bait out the
going.
fights. Comfy goes exploring, but is quickly dropped. Back and forth. Lumac out from heaven is good for 2. Could be the difference maker here. The gate crash as well, creeping up towards spawn. Great position in U-Haul from Rays, and it's a wonderful molly as well. Gonna render that utility useless, keeping control. Lumac's good for 3. Now 1v2. Low HP on Lumac once again. Return of the flash, and they line up for him. The clutch was denied in the round before,
Last
but
round
Rays
before the
has
switch.
his moment in the sun,
Spend it.
clutching
Okay.
out the 1v2 for Kent
That
State.
was they.
Damn.
Kent State went in with some blistering pace there. And
Hmm.
Lonix pushed all the way into their spawn, and then it was Lumac actually to capitalize off of it, put things in an advantageous spot for the retake. But the fight, it's tough to take. Do you want Alexander to swing wide there? He's the one with more HP, so it doesn't necessarily make the most sense. It was tough. I don't even hate trying to take it, but now the buy is like, once again weak for EMU, and it's once again A as the target site for Kent State. Bath's already taken 10 seconds into the round. Lumac.
Spam wars down, but
Oh.
Lumac is clearly outnumbered. Not very much damage at all. Redefy invests the Cosmic Divide. They want to hold the line where it is,
look at
but
Comfy's
KSU
spot.
weren't looking to speed up into this. Comfy is pushed up short, as you say, and it's a strange timing. Lion
Yeah.
in through hookah.
These Vipers traded spots. It could be like a TP play. Wolfenite there seems unaware that Lion is in hookah. Doesn't seem to matter.
It's a great reclear from Wolfenite, and it's going to force things to be an ending towards A. The Showstopper does find the mark. 1 HP on Rays as we try to get the bomb down. They do not know about the flank from Comfy, but only a Marshall in hand is good for the first kill. Good for the second as well. It's critically low HP for Rays. Wolfenite
Player standing.
has to get the kill, but the crossfire is beautiful, swinging off of each other in perfect harmony. Makes things difficult for Comfy. Looking to get a pick. Plenty of time on the clock to be able to find this first kill. Completely caught off guard. It would have to be an ace, but gets the pit out. Raincoat takes the timing and secures a 6-6 half. We are all even at the half.
Sometimes you see that old light up and you just have to press it. Does it so in a slightly too exposed spot. A great attempt at Marshall. Those shots were beautiful from Comfy.
Oh, yeah.
A great. After the tack timeout, I think it was like maybe 4 for 6 rounds going in favor, maybe 4 for 5 in favor of Kent State. Some really good stuff to get back into that half.
Yeah, great
Now they're
recovery.
over on the defensive side, where you'd expect things to be a little bit weaker. The double duelist, the Brim, on a map like Bind, traditionally going to favor that attack side, because we got a brief tech pause here, unfortunately, just to build up that tension.
Right. I mean, that was tense. Some of those rounds, the heroics were there. This is one where I would honestly be expecting EMU to play really well. I loved their defaults that we saw last week. The Astra Viper gives you the ability to lurk up extremities on both of those agents compared to the Brimstone, where you do have to play more with the team. And so a lot of flexibility. It's usually Redefy as the isolated player, maintaining space, absorbing the pushes, but a lot of flexibility, a lot of options, and hyper aggressive with this double duelist.
Yeah, we got an interesting little Viper wall here, a multi-slice for the B site, cutting through Hookah, but it's just Lion there. Maybe looking to try and put multiple points of resistance, force them to use util to clear every segment. It's gonna still be good in the retake. I mean, it still cuts off long. It's interesting for the pistol round. I like it a lot. Meanwhile, it's 4 doors short for both sides.
Towards short, just an exchange of information. The util flies. Lumax good for 2, make it 3 already. Swaggy forced to TP, make the most of a bad situation. Lion looking for a gun upgrade.
I am so surprised that that was just 3 clean kills for Lumac. There was no trades there in short. It was just Lion winning out the 1v1.
Like
now going back for the flank. Oh, really?
Right?
They were just called looking the wrong way?
Oh,
Maybe good flash?
beautiful.
I don't know. Lumac with 4. He wants his ace. This player has been a star for EMU just about every single game. And now wants to have the stats to show for it. Pretty well first game, and finds the back of Swaggy's head, takes him out, gets the 5.
Too easy,
and
completely
crucially,
untouched.
Crucially 2 away from the gate crash already.
Yeah, that's
or the dimensional drift rather.
That's a big round. That's a big difference maker. Getting that Yoruwald online early, an ace in the pistol to give EMU the edge. I can't believe you can walk away from that opening 4v4 team fight with all the kills completely unscathed. It is miraculous. Lumac is a miracle worker, frankly, in the server. Time and time again. And we're looking to keep this one clean. Looking to give Lumac the opportunity to get up to the ultimate. Are we going to throw orb or the spike, or are we just going to perhaps let him go loose?
I mean, you don't even
he gets his ult for
round.
next round, even with the kill, right? Or with the death, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And so, looking to crack this one open. Ray's trying to flood through, but Lumac clean up top, jumps down onto the next.
Well, now
he's
you're
able
just
to
being
meet, right? He's eating them alive, eating them for breakfast, meeting them exactly where they are every step of the way. It's another 3 for a blistering 8 kills on this side of the map already.
I was a little worried there. There was some odd positions for the B-side retake. Lumac was definitely pretty forward, but he was just able to find the clean 1v1s despite the hookah, the CT, and the tube position. Really, really good stuff from Lumac. That's the dimensional drift online. I imagine we're going to see it probably use this round. I mean, it feels like a waste to not.
Yeah, for sure.
And shorty in hand. That's the gun you usually want. That fast pullout tied with the stinger for the fastest in the game. And we're seeing it right at the start. The pace does not stop.
This is quick. This is fast, injecting tempo into this Lumac. I wouldn't be so surprised if he were to jump out right here, but no, disciplined. TP's back, gets the info, makes the space, and that's good enough. Ilonix looking to reclaim, however.
The trail
through.
totally reveals Alexander's position.
Comfy has to reload the outlaw at this point. Oh my goodness. It is fine margins here, keeping Comfy alive, keeping him undetected. Ilonix is pushed all the way up towards short.
It's bad though.
Neither player really knows what's going on, but Lumac drops him.
I think Alexander must have saw him going towards the short TP, and then it was just Lumac to clean it up. I like the idea a lot, but the timing was just slightly off. Bonus round here now, 5v4 for EMU. A great start, and they're going to this A site to try and finish this out.
There.
KSU may be looking to get really aggressive, take some fights.
Swaggy wants to be the hero here.
Left.
Is going to get traded out, but the plant is denied. But it might be a fruitless effort. Slomak gets the plant down, already working towards the second dimensional drift. Raze takes a gorgeous timing. Put things into a 3v3. We're smoked off towards bats, and we've got 2 deep short. KSU have to start applying pressure onto the bomb. They will do so with the tap. Comfy. As soon as he swings through, it's going to get met with gunfire. Redefy and Lumac fighting side by side. The flashes are good. Another 3K for Lumac in a critical bonus round. Converted for EMU.
That was really well played. And they converted both bonuses now, correct? It started 4-0.
Yes, yeah, they started 4-0.
What, I mean,
and
what
they're
Kent State
having
did
another
great
great
to
start.
back to 6. Great start, but can they keep it clean? Like they couldn't exactly do the first half. I think they can. I really like how they played that round. They use the dimensional drift to take the space while Alexander gets pushed in, and then they slow it down. That U-Haul position's so annoying to have to clear. I don't know what gun Alexander had. It might have just been a Bucky based on how he was playing it. But it was so good to slow down when you take that map control first. Makes it so annoying for KSU to have to route through that. 1-for-1 over towards Showers. But the eco makes this a little difficult.
Oh my god.
Trades
Another
back and
1-for-1.
forth at this point.
In 20
Puts things in a
seconds
3v3. I don't know. And the rotation already coming in.
They're going to be fast onto this, flooding out, but Lumac gets the best of them. Lion creeping out in the smoke, in the middle of the tube.
They know he's here.
Isn't met yet, but Lumac just jumping around. Secures another 3K minimum. Low HP spam killed onto that. Raze in a 1v2 has the orbital strike. I don't know if we're going to be investing it at this stage.
Not yet. I mean, Caterpillar smokes himself out. Has the opportunity. Could try.
It's just the
like,
one
maybe
smoke
bait
from
out
drop.
some spam with the sound. I don't know. Still has a couple more seconds left in these brim smokes.
Lost in a labyrinth. Has to be the shot. Connecting. A little bit high, and Redefy takes a really great timing as soon as the smokes fade.
Yeah, it just goes for that little re-clear there at the end. I think it was a decent attempt, but when the smokes fade, neither member of EMU was ready to peek that. They wanted to just keep it disciplined, stay behind cover, and then re-clear together. Lumac now has the Dimensional Drift online once again, second of the half. I wonder if we'll see it quite so early, but it's going to be a timeout. Last timeout from Kent State was very fruitful. Got a number of rounds off the back of it, some great adaptations. This time,
I don't even
see
know
if they can work that same magic.
I don't even know what they change here. It's fast. It's fast. It's aggressive. It is unforgiving from EMU. Even though a lot of these rounds so far have been pretty close, save for the pistol. It's definitely like these have been possible rounds, but I don't know what adjustments.
It's within Kent State's grasp, but it always feels as though it's in EMU's control. It feels like they are the ones dictating the tempo, the pace, and they're the ones with the positions that it's on Kent State to have to break through. We haven't seen, despite the double duelist comp, we haven't seen them off to these aggressive starts like we immediately saw in the first half offensive side from EMU with their long takes. The Raze doesn't have quite the same opportunity, doesn't have that refract to back up. Instead, a little bit better at controlling space and re-clearing with the boom bot. Gives them a slightly different defensive look. And now it's, immediately. Dimensional Drift coming out.
Oh my god, wait.
I don't think he saw him.
No, I don't think he saw him. But of course, like, you're not going to know that. If you're Raincoat, you have to assume that you've been seen. But still.
They smoke him off regardless. Take elbow with Alexander. This is a great start to the post plant. Actually, no plant even to come in yet. Orbital strike gonna slow things down.
Stall things out. Lumac, the hero once more, taking all these fights by himself and winning them out without so much as a single problem. At the end, everyone's gonna get active, and Ilonix, who has just taken the TP, has nothing, absolutely nothing he can do. I love how EMU kept it simple there. Big buy round. Kent State forced down onto an eco. Once again, they invest the ult, and it's textbook. It's solid. It's water and airtight.
Yeah, I mean that is a tough one. They invest the orbital strike to try and disrupt the plant and stop the post plant positions, but Lumac stayed his ground, held it strong, and has been a thorn in the side of, not even a thorn in the side, a thorn in the face of Kent State for the entirety of this attack half.
They're getting a little bit disorganized, I feel, here on the defense. They've done good to take baths. Raincoat lines it up beautifully from heaven, and so they're actually in a pretty good spot, all things considered. Raincoat's going to go in with the dimensional drift first. Gets information on two of them. Lion hits a wonderful shot. Raincoat popping out of the ult at just the right moment as well. 4v2 turned 4v1. Wolfenite has to do it all. One for his troubles, but ultimately it's an overwhelming retake from Kent State.
I was saying earlier, EMU were the ones always in control, dictating the pace, making the fights, making it so Kent State has to take the fights to them. And this time, I think it was the opposite. Kent State managed to push. They used the double duelist, the disruption, to take those aggressive fights on their terms. The dimensional drift was absolutely huge to couch out the positions. A great kill from Lion with that sheriff. And this time, we're going to see an immediate timeout for EMU. Last half, we don't think you saw one at all, and it kind of came back to bite them. They ended up going even there. This time around, doesn't want to let it slip.
I like this. Makes a lot of sense. No reason really not to timeout. You just need 2 rounds, and I think the ult economy has been great. There's Nightfall online. You can keep it simple once more if you so choose. I think ultimately their downfall there was forcing all 5 up through short, not crunching or showing any presence showers at all, completely uncontested. And of course, it was a great ultimate dimensional drift retake. So without the dimensional drift online, it will be a little bit harder to get these retakes going, to get them flowing.
Yeah, potentially.
That was an eco as well. That the weapons, there were some guardians, but overall it was a weaker buy. So one that was much needed. Raze is gonna have no shields.
Yeah, this is the second time we've seen, I think maybe it was from Raze the other time, but previously on the other map, another no shields rifle instead of like a guardian or something. On a map like this, in a position like this, you might question why not just Heavy's Judge. The tap already came out on Asa, and they're immediately running back, but there's 3 members here to meet them.
Going around the world, they peek in front of the Saturate.
And they're going back.
And Wolfenite will fall as a result. But you're right, they've drawn the rotates out over towards B. Now 3 stacked over there, 1 looking to make advances, but the site ultimately forfeit. It's vacant. They will get the chance to get the plant down if they so choose.
That Prowler missing doesn't give them the full re-clear of the call. Surely we don't TP again. Surely we don't TP again.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Just one TP, though.
These odd strats, it's like they're pushing their F-pawn in chess, going just all the way off to the side. And they're going back.
Yeah.
Why not? They're going back. Because
this round,
Silly.
this is just, I mean, here's the reality situation. EMU
Here's the thing.
trying to schmix. I don't know if it worked out exactly how they wanted. Lumac is good for the first half, but HP is really low. We do die to a rifle body shot. This is a fake clone, completely shot in the back.
Here's the thing about getting silly, about pushing your F-pawn. You could just take the center of the board. It's so much better.
Yeah.
Why? What? We're overcooking a little bit, having a little bit of fun off the back of the timeout too. Was that the strat? Was that the coach's call?
Dude, I think it was, though I really wish it would. Can you imagine being a coach telling them to do something else and then they do that? Dude.
I would
be
probably
pissed.
look for other opportunities.
You don't say. Keeping things more standard. A spread default. Raincoat won't TP out in time. Alexander drawing first blood. Man dropped. And things get a little bit weird. They're aware that the flank could be coming out over towards short. Comfy did ping it out, but it might be too little too late. They're holding for the push. Swaggy has no idea, and Wolfenite catches him off guard.
This has just been 3 1v1s going in favor of EMU to try to get themselves onto match point. We do have the showstopper in the back pocket for Elonix. Are they going to commit it? Maybe if they get this opening, things can become a little bit more winnable.
Still a 4v2. Showstopper online. I think you'd almost be tempted to go for it if you can work your way out onto the site. Nade and 2 satchels. It's not looking too rough. But look at how far back the EMU players are playing.
Here we go.
Ilonix gets Comfy off of the line. Things have suddenly become a lot more doable. But the call to save is already... It came out long ago.
I didn't even notice that. The opening pick,
I thought he was right behind him.
But maybe they could have had it. I don't know. With the gravity well in tow, I believe
it's a hard call.
We have to have the haunt as well, just ready to go. Get him off the plant. 2 flashes still to play with for Lumac. I mean, when you want to just have the best chance you can going into that match point. I don't hate the call to save instead of just trying for some heroics. Put things on match point, series point, trying to being pretty successful so far in maintaining their perfect map record. It's going to need to be 4 in a row for Kent State if they want a chance at tarnishing that record.
It's been completely dominant, and we can really thank some heroics. Lumac has worked up to 30 kills on this map, and no doubt has been a major player in getting that early momentum in this half. They are no chance of slowing down. Lumac, why not go for a 30 first? It's heroic from Raincoat. Actually marked down to 1 HP, a little bit of decay, so maybe we'll recover some of that health. Lumac is low health himself. The plant will go down thanks to the Cosmic Divide. Nothing to get them.
And we still do have that showstopper, not committed last round. And an elbow engagement looking to come out.
70 HP. Oh my god, caught him off guard. Raincoat's got 3 on the round. Lion with the kill with the classic showstopper. Not doing very much at all, and the satchels just wrangle Comfy directly where Ilonix wants him to be. That was a heroic play from Raincoat to be able to get 2 and live there.
Massive,
makes the difference. Keeps them
huge
fighting.
Difference maker. Catches them out mid-nightfall in a lineup. I mean, you can't even really fault the players of EMU for lining up there. You don't really expect the Yor to just be pushing through like that. Down numbers, though. It was Raincoat to make the plays. Gets them up to 9. 3 more chances for EMU. They have Convergent Pass to play with. Meanwhile, it's a Nightfall on the other side. A fence orbital strike there if they can get this Bat's Orb as well. Definitely not out of this by any stretch of the imagination.
Tough one, though. Double string through the wall. They're there to meet them.
Well handled.
Very early man advantage. That is a heartbreaking way to open up the round.
Raze goes for that orb grab even though he got the ult anyways. He was so committed to the plan.
I think a loss here might mean EMU down onto an eco. Big round TP in. Oh my god, it is gorgeous, but Lion still finds the kill. Spammed out for the trade, but by golly, that would have been a good one to have clean. Nightfall invested. Gets Alexander. Made to deny the plant. Swaggy's good for the kill off the back of his own utility. And now, Wolfenite, the truth. In a 1v4, head on a swivel, but cannot manage to get even a second. Some momentum building here, and I want to take a look at the buy because I don't think it's great for EMU.
I think also the manner in which these last 2 rounds have gone in favor of Kent State makes, you know, EMU kind of second guess themselves. They were playing with this blistering speed. It was working pretty well. But now, with these last 2 rounds going in Kent
Right.
State's favor. They might opt to try and slow things down. I don't know. The eco round here, just build up some ultimates. You're close to that Nightfall. Could combo it with the Convergent Pass. Just really secure an exec. Play that post plant.
I wonder
In
if
the
they're going
next
to try
round.
to invest some ults into this one. They've got some
I don't
for
know.
the hitting
I would
power.
hope
It's
not.
a tough call to make. Walking up 4 players into U-Haul. Completely unaware. Swaggy good for 1. Traded out. Favoring the attackers now. Pit is invested. Ilonix. Good
Okay.
for the pick. Alexander.
Lumac looking for his one.
Advanced positioning here. Every player has to get their own. Lumac is cooking in the molly and swings out and finds the kill regardless. We're going to push spawn even more. The bomb hasn't gone down yet. Another tap. They want to bait out the utility, bait out the pushes into the pit. They've got plenty of time to play with. Raincoat's far away. Ilonix now called upon, gets the information. Vipers over towards U-Haul. Lumac dancing around triple. Catches Ilonix unaware, but it's a beautiful flick. Traded out quickly by Redefy. But things into a 2v2. Comfy has a lot to do now. The timing doesn't look great. Ray slips right past him. Has the whole pit to play with. Raincoat, no utility to speak
Making
of.
noise.
It's just a matter of timing. It's a matter of fights. The whole game on Comfy's back. In the pit has done great thus far. Creeping up with the shorty. Takes the timing out of the pit and is going to drop it. It catches Raincoat in the back to secure a second 13-10 for EMU. It got scary. It got down to the wire. Fine margins. A matter of photons separating those teams in the latter rounds. But at the end of the day, EMU maintaining the fighting spirit for an easy 2-0.
Comfy played around that pit so beautifully. It was
gorgeous.
I think it must have been preset. The way that just wrapped around all of the truck, he was able to reposition so many times. Lumac finding that crucial pick despite the snake bite in CT, gave them the opening, slowed down. Redefy with a nice long replay. Even forced Raincoat over to the B site, worried about the re-exploration. That was such a stellar eco round. They had 2 other ults ready to go in the back pocket that they didn't even have to commit. That beautifully played, equalizing the weapons. The Spectre doing the work in that last round. And EMU continue their flawless streak. Yet to drop a map. We got our match coming up next on Thursday against Miami.
Right.
Don't get it twisted, though. That is a university in Ohio.
It is completely dominant. EMU have yet to drop a map. I mean, it's lucky that Kent State's Yoru brought his coat because it is nothing but rain on the other side right now. And they had some really great showings. A lot of rounds, really great stuff. But at the end of the day, EMU, they are looking like an unstoppable force in the server.
We should see next week they meet their immovable object. It should be a banging game next week. Akron, of course, also flawless right now. We'll see if they can continue that over there. Another match on Thursday before that, though, like I was saying. See if they can keep their streak going. But that's going to do it from us here tonight. Great 2 maps of Valorant. Oh, but we do have one special shout out.
Celebrate the victory. Use code Redefy for 10% off Neuroptima. You can go ahead and shop that right now. If you want to enter the flow state just like Redefy.
If you want the big brain that it takes to play Astra with that great utility that we saw that whole map, just use code Redefy. Simple as that.
It's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. Like you said, that's going to do it for us. Things are heating up in the circuit, in the group stage, and I mean, it's just one big group, actually. It's not much of a group stage. What do you call it? Round robin? Yeah. Things are heating up in the round robin as the 2 undefeated teams are poised to meet a week from today. Before that, EMU, like you said, taking on Miami on Thursday. And so
should be good.
Lots of good Valorant to come your way. Thank you so much for watching. Been Menderbug. This is Gary, and we will see you all next time.